This is the iPhone XS, and it's a powerful phone that helps cement Apple's new direction that started with the iPhone X. The question is it worth buying in 2020? Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Fede and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are all doing great, and today I want to talk to you about the iPhone XS and if it's still worth buying in 2020. So let's get to a point and let's go! So the iPhone XS is now relatively affordable, and this is due to the fact that it was replaced by the iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max. So let's say you want a flagship or the expensive iPhone, but you don't want to spend $1,000 on a phone. And believe me, I know that feeling all too well. That is when this phone comes in. And the main reason why it's not such a popular choice anymore is because Apple discontinued this phone to make way for the iPhone 11 Pro lineup. And the vast majority of people have fallen victim of incredible marketing. But the 2018 iPhone XS is almost as good as the newest models. So let's start with design. The iPhone XS is gorgeous. It looks as good as it did 2 years ago. On the front we have the edge-to-edge 5.8-inch OLED display with slightly smaller bezels than its same generation sibling, the iPhone XR and the iPhone 11. We also have the now very famous notch that houses a true depth camera system, the speakers and the sensors. On the back we have the glass panel, and like the iPhone 11 Pro and the 12 Pro, the iPhone XS features stainless steel frames and glass bodies. On the left side there's a mute switch and 2 volume buttons, while the right side features an elongated side button. At the back we have the dual lens camera, we have the Apple logo, and at the bottom there's a traditional lightning port, the bottom speaker and the microphone. The iPhone XS still looks so good. Also, this iPhone is IP68, which means that it's water and dust resistant. And you can keep the XS at a depth of 2 meters of water for 30 minutes at a time. So when you're done splashing around, Apple recommends waiting 5 hours to let it dry before charging the phone. But to be honest, I would not recommend getting this phone wet on purpose. Number 2, performance. The iPhone XS, like the XR, features a 7nm A12 Bionic chip, an 8-core neural engine that completes up to 5 trillion operations per second, which is more than you'll ever need. The A12 Bionic chip, like I mentioned in this video about the iPhone XR, is going to future-proof your phone for at least 3 or 4 more years. I've been testing this phone for a few days now, and I have yet to encounter a single hiccup. So the point is, this is a very powerful phone that's gonna let you do anything you want to do with it. Number 3, display. The iPhone XS features a Super Retina OLED HDR display that was introduced in the iPhone X. The Super Retina display features vivid, true-to-life colors and deeper blacks. The iPhone XS also features True Tone, which uses the iPhone's ambient light sensor to adjust the white balance of the display to match the ambient lighting in a room, cutting down on eye strain and making for a more paper-like reading experience. In other words, this screen looks so good, works great, and every single thing you do on this screen is gonna look great. From gaming to photo editing to texting, this is a great screen. Number 4, camera. The iPhone XS features an f1.8 12-megapixel wide-angle lens and an f2.4 12-megapixel telephoto lens that enables 2 times optical zoom and 10 times zoom when optical and digital zoom are combined. Both of these lenses feature optical image stabilization and wide color support. There's an image signal processor in the iPhone XS that powers the depth engine, which allows the rear camera to offer more detail in portrait mode and enables Smart HDR. Smart HDR, if you don't know what that means, it's an incredible feature that allows an amazing dynamic range on your photos and video, which means lowering your highlights and brightening your shadows. This is incredible because this is a feature that comes with super expensive cameras, and by super expensive, I mean tens of thousands of dollars, and it comes on a 2018 phone. The depth control feature lets you change the amount of bokeh or blur in a photo, so you can choose the aperture of your photos after they are taken. To get the depth control, just tap on the F icon at the top of the screen and then drag the slider to adjust the amount of background blur in the image. We also have portrait lighting, which is an incredible feature that lets you mimic what you would get on studio. It can be used when taking the picture or after the picture was taken. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know this is super old news now, but still blows my mind. When it comes to video, the iPhone XS can record 4K video at 24, 30, or 60 frames per second, or 1080p HD video at 30 or 60 frames per second. The camera on this iPhone is so good. So let's go with battery life. The battery life on the iPhone XS is great. It's not the best I've seen on an iPhone, I'm looking at you iPhone XR, but you will still get all-day battery life, which is what we all need. So long story short, the iPhone XS battery life is good. You'll do just fine. Number 6, price. When this iPhone came out 2 years ago, it also came with a very fancy price tag of $1,000, and it could go all the way to almost $1,400. Now the iPhone XS is no longer sold by Apple, but you can find it on a lot of places. I've seen this iPhone go for as little as $454, which is a great deal. Remember that this was the top of the line just 2 years ago. So let's get to a very important point, and is it worth it on 2020? The short, honest answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is a great phone. It's gorgeous, it's powerful, it has a great camera, it has solid battery life. It's just great. And what you're getting with this phone is close to iPhone 12 Pro performance at a much, much, much lower price. It has great display, great sound, great camera, and overall great performance. So if you're thinking about getting this phone and you want my opinion, that is yes, go get it. It's so good. With this iPhone, you're gonna be getting the expensive iPhone experience, and it's gonna be so good for at least 3 or 4 more years for a much, much lower price. There's just so many great things that you can do with the iPhone XS, and it's still a great choice on 2020. And on that note, it's time for me to go. Please let me know your thoughts on the iPhone XS, and if you have an iPhone XS, let me know your experience. I'd love to know. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and consider subscribing. I would be so very thankful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.